Good morning, good afternoon, Guten Tag, Hallelujah, St. Jude, St. Peter. How the heck are you, Daniel?
I'm doing pretty well. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic myself. It's a beautiful morning today. It's Wednesday. It's about 8:27 in the morning. How may the Lord serve you today?
Wait, what?
I was pretending to be a Chick-fil-A worker.
My pleasure.
My pleasure. So, anything new in the past week or what?
Not really. Just got some work.
Got some work?
Yeah.
Like what kind of work you got?
Got this music video coming up.
Oh, this music video. So tell us about it. What's the band name?
They're Half Past Midnight.
Half Past Midnight?
Half Past Midnight.
That's pretty sick, dog. And you said that they're like a metal genre?
Yeah, so they have like a screamo type band. But their screamer or whatever, he quit before our first concept that we were going to do. So we had to change everything around.
Damn. So they lost the screamer, huh?
Yep.
You could have just gave me a call, dog. I would have been there.
I can see it.
Yeah, dude, facts. But where are you going to film at?
We're still trying to figure it out, everything. But right now there's some church we're going to go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's iconic.
Mm-hmm.
That's classic. I feel like every metal video is shot with something like gory or like churchy. That'd be pretty sick.
Yep.
You know, it would break the mold, though, if you guys went to Chuck E. Cheese and you guys shot the video at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, that's facts, dude. And we have like Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that. Like,
yeah, you got the
shit,
animatronics and
yeah.
shit. Like, you're just bashing out with the animatronics. That'd be lit. Get a little mosh pit of little kids going on.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the song called?
I don't even know. I think they're still trying to work that out right now because
they
they're in the
name
process
of
of
the song?
recording everything and stuff. So.
Well, shout out to them.
Yeah, for
Hope
sure.
you figure out the name for your song.
True.
So, we got something else going on too, don't we?
Yeah, we sure do.
What do we got going on, bro?
I'm not actually sure because I think you changed it or something.
Well, I didn't change. I'm still with the idea of like the party planning / like event catering and all that stuff. I just feel like what would be more niche is if we do like the marijuana parties, only because marijuana is one of the fastest growing industries right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we could really capitalize off that. And I feel like we could really make a difference as far as like what a party would be like from us compared to like lame people, you know?
Sure.
Because we party big.
For sure.
Well, we will.
Well, explain what that is, the whole concept then.
Okay. So what I'm talking about is like, for example, obviously you know what a lingerie party is for females, right?
Okay.
So that's when a lady comes over and she has like a little table set up at your house and she has her whole spiel. She tells you a story, whatever, da-da-da-da. Long story short, at the end of the party, you can buy the lingerie that she's showing you or like the sex toys or whatever, right?
Okay.
This would be along kind of the same thing, right? We would come with the marijuana product, okay? We would smoke them up, let them take edibles, do some dabs, whatever. And then after the party, you know, they can buy more from us if they want. Or, you know, we could just leave or dip. But I feel like that'd be a really good idea. I don't know. What do you think? Like, tell me some thoughts or ideas you've had behind that since I've told you about that new venture.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting concept. You know, like it's kind of harder for me to understand it because like I don't smoke weed, so
Facts.
it's kind of hard to like get around like what like when you first told me about it, I couldn't really understand what you meant. I think I have a little bit more of a better idea of what you mean now.
Yeah.
I do think that people will pay for anything. So
Facts.
I do think it's something that we can definitely
I feel
do.
like, you know, especially because I've been telling you, you know, like not everyone's your customer, you know, and
Yep.
that's something big that we have to remember. And also, the fastest way you can succeed is by finding like your niche, you know. Whereas instead of offering like a general, like for me, for example, when I started my business, I tried starting a cleaning business at first, like just like a general cleaning business.
Yeah.
It was called Elevated Cleaning.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, I
yeah.
tried that. It didn't work out. Well, a couple months later, I tried doing mobile detailing, and that worked out pretty good, and it's been working out, which I enjoy. It was just finding that niche for me that helped me separate myself from the competition. Because once you can focus on something super specific, it's easier to get customers. It's easier to perform the job because you don't have this broad range of, like, let's say, for example, we did like the party planning. We wouldn't have a broad range of venue finding, catering, DJs, rentals, all that kind of stuff. We would just be focusing on how much weed do we need, whose house are we going to, what all do we need to bring to film it. And we would basically be like the lifeguards of weed parties, if that makes sense. We'd be there to making sure no one does anything stupid, no one leaves the house, all that kind of stuff. Obviously, we'd have some sort of like contractual agreement with them that states that anything they do after we leave is not on us because we're not there anymore. Yeah, and I feel like that's going to be the hardest part about it, is just working around the legalities and stuff,
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like we wouldn't really be doing anything outright illegal. Just simply because it's being done already,
Yeah.
And I've already seen other states and like where it's not even legal and people do these kind of parties. So I think we're good.
So I remember when you were explaining it to me, you said it was kind of like renting like a clown or something like that, right?
Facts. So it's not like they're buying a product. They're not hitting us up for just the weed. They'd be hitting us up for an experience, like a clown at a kid's birthday party. Okay, so what that means is like they give us the call, we answer, obviously, and we ask them, how big is your party, where is the location, and what time would you like to start? Those are basically the three big questions we ask, and then we know from there, logistics-wise, how much we need and how we need to get it there, all that kind of good jazz. Now, the only hard part about that is, like, let's say they have a big party of, like 30 people or something. Well, you can only buy, like, personally an ounce per person per day. So you would have had to have bought enough product in the past 12 days to accumulate that much weed. So there's some forward thinking ahead of that.
Sure.
You would need to let them know, like, oh, hey, it's going to take like a couple of days before I can amass that much product.
Sure.
Now, I know a couple growers and stuff personally, but that growers will only get us like bud, like regular flower. Waxes you could make, but they taste like shit if you don't make them in a lab. Edibles you can make, taste like shit if you don't make them in a lab. I mean, they work the same. But.
Sure.
And also, I feel like we could build up a rapport with other companies, like Wana, just a brand.
Sure.
That's like an edible brand. Dialed In, that's an edible brand. I feel like we could work up rapport with these companies, and we could get them to give us products, like to front us products to like show off to the clients and customers, and then they would be more inclined to go to the dispensary and check that out. Now, another caveat would be my girlfriend, she works at a dispensary, and she was telling me that we could go in to dispensaries and we could ask to like host a bud tender night for the bud tenders there.
Okay.
And so that'd be a way to get our foot in the door, get our name out there, stuff like that. Now, it's going to be harder for that only because we wouldn't be getting paid for that. So I told her it was kind of lame because I don't want to host a party and not get paid,
Yeah, for sure.
And I mean, I know sometimes you got to work for free to get your name out there, but not like that. I guess we got to brainstorm like, how are we going to find the customer and how are we going to advertise? Those are my two biggest questions right now. Not even the legality aspects. Just how are we going to find our customer and how are we going to advertise?
Do you think that dispensaries will allow us to like leave business cards or something, like, or flyers somewhere inside, like not even the part that you go inside of, like, to get the weed, but like like there's like the security checkpoint or whatever.
Yeah, like the breezeway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but that's pretty old school, Like,
oh, yeah,
you think about it, like,
that's true.
How many apartments do you deliver to, and you see on their little like easel or board down in the bin like all these business cards and shit that no one ever touches?
That's true. Yeah.
It's just we're looking for young people like our age.
Yeah,
we're not
that's
looking
true.
for some old dude that's like, oh yeah, I want to have a weed party. Like, I don't want to go to no 45-year-old man's house. I want to get litty.
Yeah, for sure. What if we get T-shirts, right?
Okay.
And we have something on them that's like that catches people's eye,
Yeah.
that makes them want to talk to us about this, and we go to like parties and shit.
That's interesting. We'd have to find the parties, though.
True.
I'm thinking a way. I think maybe we could take like the Vegas approach.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so have you ever been to Vegas?
Yes.
Okay, so you know how in Vegas, when you're walking down the strip, there's people that are like standing around, they're giving out flyers, they're giving out coupons, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, we're looking for like the Denver metro area crowd. Like we're looking for like big lit parties we can film and stuff. I was thinking maybe we could walk down like 16th Street Mall with like coupons, like, hey,
Okay.
25% off the first party, 15% off the first party, or like $100 off or whatever. Because let's say we charge like $1,000, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
like $100 off the first party, first time only. You know what I mean? Da 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 da. We could give out, we could give out shirts, we could give out merch, different kind of that stuff. But I feel like that's a more in your face, like, hey, every person that's walking by is a potential customer.
Sure.
Let's get our face in front of them. Mm-hmm. That way, it's not like a card on a board where they have to walk up and grab. We're forcing it to them.
Sure.
And I feel like that might work.
That's true. What's like the statistic for like something like that? Because like I remember when I worked for like Lyft, like as an ambassador, like you would see probably like 1,000 people a day, and out of those 1,000, you'd probably get like 25 people to actually like go through with it, you know.
Facts.
So
To be honest with you, we only need like one person a week to go through with the plan. Because if we're charging enough, we only need one client, one party a week at first, especially with like it not being as big as it is right now.
Sure.
If we could make, even like $700 off of one party, I wouldn't complain, I mean, that's extra money. And then obviously we would start attacking more customers though,
Sure.
I think a good goal for us to set party-wise to like sustain the money would be at least 3 customers per week.
Okay.
So 3 parties a week. So that gives us Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically.
Okay.
I mean, obviously weekdays are cool, but I don't know if a lot of people are down to party on the weekdays.
Yeah, I doubt that.
Thursdays maybe, and Wednesdays
It's
are lit
possible.
sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
It's always different because everyone has a different schedule, So you
Yeah,
might
for
find
sure.
some guy that works night shifts that wants an 8 a.m. party right when he gets off work,
What type of like, how much can somebody like expect to pay for something like this? What do you
So
think?
how much someone can expect to pay? Well, there's the cost of the product. So let's break it down in a group of 12. I like using that analogy. So a party of 12, I would say, like I told you, we need like 400 milligrams of edibles, 7 or 12 individual joints, a couple blunts here and there, maybe some wax. All in all, you're probably talking like $300 in product per party. Okay. Now, obviously, not all of that is going to go to that one party. You could, let's say that they're lightweights. It's hard because you can't gauge, like,
Yeah.
you might have someone like me at the party where I could smoke all day but only take one edible and I'm knocked out. You know what I mean? Or you might have the opposite where someone could eat the whole pack of edibles but then smoke a joint and fucking puke.
Yeah.
It's really different because marijuana affects everyone so differently. But a good like estimate for me would probably be that 12. I think if we could base it off that 12 people per thing, it gets easier to like think like to conceptualize it, I guess. Because also there's not only the fact of the cost of the product, there's travel time depending on where the person lives, setup time depending on where what they want us to set up, and then we're not only offering just the party, we would include pictures, video, and we would already be taking that, and then we could just ask them at the end of it, kind of like, have you ever been on like the Georgetown Loop, the train?
Yeah.
Okay, so what they do is they take a picture before you go, and when you come back, they ask if you want the picture, just like Disneyland.
Yeah, for sure.
That's kind of the same thing we could do. We could already be taking videos and pictures and like getting the cool angles and stuff, and then they're already toasted.
For sure.
You know what I mean? They're not going to be in the right state of mind, and we just ask, hey, if you want to pay us an extra $120, we'll give you the photos. You know, like it's all about finding like how to upcharge.
True.
But also, and then just a price outright just for the party. You know, like $500 flat just for the party.
Sure.
Just to make sure all that stuff gets covered. Plus, you know, the $300 product fee. But we could maybe change the price of that depending on like where we are in the business. You know, for the first couple parties, we're probably gonna have them be able to buy the product.
Sure.
After that, we could start having the product beforehand and then charging less, like $200. So it's like $100 off. And then we would be beating the dispensary on the price. So there would be no need for them to get their own supplies
Right.
before they go. They could just hit us up, expect that we're going to have a lower price, but they're going to pay more, though, because it's a party.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like some... And then I also feel like we could branch out into like the smoking lounges.
Okay.
Because I know like Tetra Lounge, there's like a smoking museum, there's like an art gallery. A couple of these places, they allow you to come in, smoke weed, do whatever you want to do. And I feel like we could partner with them to host like
that'd be
events
cool.
and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Because my girlfriend's work already does that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, not her work, but like in the weed industry, it's very common for like a company to rent out one of those venues and like host a party and you give away free stuff. And you know, it's just the weed industry is so new still, even though it's been around since like 2015.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like 2015.
Yeah.
It's still so new just to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be questions behind it. You know, there's always a new smoker every day. And that's what I kind of like about the marijuana industry. It is fresh and it is new and it is like on the wave, I guess, if you want to say, you know, like,
Yeah, for sure.
whereas like party planning, like that's something that someone in their, like some mom in her 30s wants to do that shit.
Yeah.
We're 24-year-olds. We want to do lit shit, dog.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to be just like, remember how you said you don't want to do weddings?
Yeah.
Like, think about that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
He doesn't want to do weddings, guys. So then what are we going to do? We're going to get lit and film parties.
Yeah, I agree. I do think it's a very unique like concept. It's just like I said, like you said, it's like it's such a new industry and stuff. And like, I'm not even in this type of industry. Like, I don't really understand it super well, but I do think it's like pretty unique. And like, the more you explain it, the more like, I'm like, okay, like it makes sense. Like it makes a lot of sense.
Well, a good thing about it is a lot of people in the marijuana industry, they don't even do marijuana themselves.
Oh, okay.
So like, I've worked in 3 dispensaries and a lot of times some of the bud tenders, they don't even smoke weed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Cause it's not like mandatory that you have
Well, sure. Yeah.
You know, it's just a fun business.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
It's pretty interesting.
That's the reason why they switched. I've met a lot of nurses, a lot of like really nice people that had like really nice jobs that just like they wanted to try something new, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's what life's all about,
For sure.
you know.
And it's not like harming anybody. It's just like you
Facts.
just go vibe and just chill.
Facts. It's not like I'm fucking selling crack.
Everybody be tweaking.
Yeah.
I do have a scenario for you though.
Okay.
I know you're all about no
Yeah.
problems, only solutions. So let's say, do we have like a minimum, like a requirement of like
People.
party,
Of
like
parties?
a minimum amount?
Yeah, I would say the minimum would be like 8 to 12 people.
Okay. So let's say
Because
somebody's
we
like,
want to be able to remember. We got to be able to have enough people to charge that like $500, $700 price tag.
right. So let's say they tell us, oh yeah, we would like a party of like 8, right?
Okay.
So we're charging for a party of 8, but they start bringing their friends, and then we're like counting, and there's more than 8 people there.
I'm gonna let it be known straight up in front. It's gonna cost more per person, and it's gonna be extra because we didn't plan for it.
Right.
And I'll be the one to tell them that.
Sure.
I don't even care what they say.
Right.
Because I mean, that stuff happens really commonly
Yeah.
in like businesses, you know. Perfect. All right, and we're back. So you were saying about the parties. You know, if we have, there's always going to be issues and there's always going to be complaints and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're the owners.
Sure.
If we're the owners, we can say whatever the fuck we want to these
Nice.
people. You know, It doesn't matter. it's not like a job where like if we tell them, oh, it's going to cost more, our boss might go behind our back and be like, oh, no, it's okay. And then we look like the dummies.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's going to be, I'm going to be honest with them and I'm going to tell them, hey, you guys weren't honest with us.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you up front. It's going to cost per person extra or we're going to dip and we'll obviously charge a retainer, like a $200 deposit, non-refundable. That way it inclines them more to, try to book with us. But it's just like a hotel, You put it's just like a hotel. It's just like a tattoo. It's just like an apartment, or like when you go and rent out a venue for a party or for your wedding, you got to put a deposit down in case you fuck the place up, That's what we'd be doing is we'd be charging a deposit in case they waste our time, in case they want to make it more difficult on us, in case they want to, because then we have a little bit more power.
Sure.
And that's another thing about owning a business is you have to be the one in charge. You cannot let the customer run your business.
For sure.
Because when you start letting customers run your business, you start running into really big issues like customers feeling unfairly treated.
Sure.
And then like stuff like that. And then you run into like legal issues too, because customers are more apt to like complain or all that kind of stuff. If we're just honest with people and we tell them straight up, there's going to be no issues. And as long as we communicate with them, like at first, like, hey, but that's a good idea. We could maybe tell people up front, like, hey, if you guys have more people, let us know a couple days in advance. We can plan for that, no extra fee. But if you let us know less than 48 hours in advance, it's going to cost extra per person.
Sure.
And then that goes along with one of the things that we're just going to have to work out a contract.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be something that I think is going to be vital in our business is having a contract that states, this is what we're doing, this is how we're going to do it, and then it has like the if, ands, or buts.
Sure. So if that's the case, though, also should we just like get everything paid up front and then we'll give the deposit back, like if they don't fuck us over?
No, because we don't need everything up front.
Well, here's why I say that, because what if at the end of everything the party's over, we're like, all right, where's our paycheck? They're like, oh, we actually didn't have that good of an experience. We probably didn't even get that high. We're decided not to pay you.
Then I'm calling the police because they signed a contractual agreement to pay me.
Well, I've had contracts signed before too, and people try not to people always just try to get away with it,
Facts.
So I don't know. I feel like a contract.
Okay.
It does keep you safe and stuff,
but
then you have to go to court.
Do you want me to be honest with you, or do you want me to be like?
Sure. What's up?
Okay, so I'll be honest. So if someone tries that shit with me, I'm probably gonna get angry.
For sure.
And I'm probably gonna be honest. I'm probably gonna tell them are you serious? Come on. I'm gonna be really upset, and I'm gonna try to compose myself. But I feel like I'm really I feel like I'm gonna get them to pay.
Okay.
One way or another, I feel like I'm gonna get them to pay.
Sure.
Whatever I gotta do. Maybe we can offer them, a cut rate or something. But charging all of it up front kind of scares them off. Mm-hmm. Whereas I say if we charge, a 30%, 20% down payment fee, right?
Okay.
That secures that money for us so we could buy the product or do whatever we need to do to get ready for the party, right?
Okay.
If they cancel on us at that point, no harm, no foul, we keep the 200, they move on with their life.
Right.
If we get there, we do the party, and they say they don't want to pay, that's a whole nother issue. That's a legal issue, number one, on their end. Number two, though, we really didn't lose out on any money, though. Because if you think about it, we already got the $200, $300 deposit.
Sure.
That covers the product. That's all the money we spent. We already have the cameras, our time. I mean, I guess we can't get our time back.
Yeah.
But I'm already wasting my time fucking delivering for Big Daddy Bezos anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Sure.
At the end of the day, it's going to happen probably at one point.
Yep.
But like I told you, bro, I'm pretty convincing when I'm angry. I'll let them know.
Okay.
I'll bring weapons of mass destruction and ass destruction. But no, I mean, let me ask you a couple questions.
Sure.
If someone told you about, like, what would you first think of? If someone told you, a person that doesn't smoke weed,
Sure.
hey, you want to come to this marijuana party? What would you think? Like, would you like be interested? Would you not be interested? Like, if they even told you, oh, you don't got to smoke, like you're just gonna come over, have fun.
Yeah, I'd definitely ask, like, well, what do you mean? What the hell's a marijuana party? Like, I would think,
Facts.
like, I would, like, imagine, like, it's really a marijuana-themed party. Like, there's, like, marijuana, like, piñata or something, like.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that, dog. That'd be cool. You know, get
Yeah.
like a little wheat pot leaf pinata. Mm-hmm. We get like because a lot. Okay, so what we could do is, like I said, partnering with those dispensaries and with the companies, we can start getting like free pins, stickers. You know, just like stuff to put in goodie bags. Mm-hmm. You know, and then we can put like 10 milligram little like single serve edibles in those.
Okay.
Maybe put like a little joint. You know, just I have all the ideas. We just got to actually. It's like Play-Doh. You just got to fucking put it all together. Mm-hmm. You know, because all these ideas separate don't really work by themselves unless you mesh them all together in a big stew.
Okay.
I guess I got another question for you. Mm-hmm. What would you do in a sense that like what would your idea be if someone said, "Oh, I'm not going to pay"? Since you said you've run into that issue before.
It's kind of hard sometimes too, because like you don't know the type of person like you're dealing with, because you know like a lot of people are pretty sketch. They try to like, I don't know, like they're like really weird about it. Like
Yeah.
they just try to intimidate you, and like I'm not really intimidated easily, but it's just like I don't want to have to get like physical about shit, because like then I'm not gonna get my money. I feel like
Facts.
But like something I've always learned though is just like if you just charge up front, like you don't got anything to worry about, like you're protecting yourself in that way. But because every time I've had that situation happen, I've already done all the work, and then like afterward they're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna pay, like, and it's just like a really shitty situation. So
That is a shitty situation. I'm sorry you've gone through that.
that's cool. I mean, we did get paid eventually, you know, like it was when I worked for my dad's production company.
Okay.
So I don't really know what he did to get like to deal with it. I'm pretty sure he just talked to him. Like he was like, "Yo, like
a lot of things can
yeah.
be solved by just talking." Like, you know, because
sure.
like I said, if they tell me straight up, "Oh, we're not going to pay," I'm gonna try to find out why. Like if they just flat out and don't got the money, there's no sense of us wasting our time there.
For
like,
sure.
but at the same time, we should have known that. But I feel like also charging a $200 to $300 deposit kind of like mentally locks them into the idea.
Sure.
Because no one wants to lose $200 to $300. I mean, in my opinion, I guess. Like,
Well,
would you pay a $200 to $300 fee and then not pay the rest of it, like the rest of the $600 or whatever? I mean, like at the end of the day, you're gonna have issues with that person. Like for example, if you call a tow truck, right? Like Lena's dad.
Okay.
If you call John for his tow truck, and he comes and picks up your car, and he takes you to let's say he takes you all the way to Fort Collins.
Okay.
And he's like, all right, that'll be because he doesn't charge up front
Sure.
either. And he's had a situation like that where he's like, oh, they're not going to pay. He's gonna get them to pay.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Like he won't. I guess he has more leverage because he won't take the car off.
Yeah, for
off
sure.
the bed. Mm-hmm. And just like us, I mean, like maybe we could find a way that we could hold something over their head. Mm-hmm. You know, like that's fine. You guys don't want to pay, but we're gonna keep this or this or this.
For sure. I'm just trying to like put myself in the mindset of like somebody that's like mentally like trying to fuck us over, you know?
Facts.
So if it was me, if I was like that, I would see it as, oh, I only had to pay $200 instead of the $600 or whatever the fuck it is, you know?
Okay,
like,
yeah.
That's how I would think it would be if
Facts.
I was in that state.
That's how they'd be thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's hard because I haven't been put in that situation, I guess, yet. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I've had my business, and I charge people after the fact when I finish the job. I like charging after the fact because there's an availability for me to charge add-ons.
Sure.
So like that's what I kind of like about my style is I might fuck myself and like someone might tell me I'm not going to pay. Mm-hmm. But within the same breath, I don't really have that issue. Maybe it's my appearance. Maybe it's my demeanor. I don't have that issue. Like,
Sure.
when I show up, they're gonna fucking pay me
Okay.
because I'm gonna do a good job too. You
Yeah,
know,
for
like
sure.
it's not like I'm doing something that they don't want to pay for.
Yeah.
You know, they called me,
Mm-hmm.
they set up the appointment, so they're gonna pay me. That's just the third. That's the third act of that chapter. You know,
Sure.
same thing with the marijuana parties. They found us. They called us. They set up the party. They put the deposit down. I'm expecting that they're going to pay the rest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like someone that's trying to fuck someone over or scam would go through the trouble of wasting $200 to $300
Okay.
because that's not really a scam.
Sure.
You know what I mean? They still got their money taken.
Okay.
If you're trying to scam me and you're gonna like, that's a bad way to scam me, man. Like I said, as long as we're covering the cost of product before the party, none of that matters. Everything else is like extra butter.
Okay.
Obviously, time can't get that back, and that's something that's hard because time is priceless.
Sure.
But at the same time, I guess I'm good. If they decide to screw me over and I still have $300 for the weed to cover it, whatever. I'm gonna try to get paid though.
For sure. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Do you know anyone that smokes weed personally
You?
besides me?
I have a friend, Nicole. Yeah.
Nicole, she smokes weed.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. You said you've tried it before. You don't really mind it, or you don't really care for it. I mean,
Yeah.
And that's another thing is like maybe we're gonna have what activities are we gonna have for the people that don't smoke?
That's true.
Because there's gonna be people at the party. Maybe not all 12 people smoke.
What if we also provided like some alcohol too? And like even
Yeah.
like shrooms. Like what if they're like, oh, I don't want to smoke weed, but I want to fucking trip on fucking shrooms or something. I don't know.
We could provide shrooms, but there's more legal stuff behind shrooms.
Sure.
Alcohol, yeah. But then I feel like it kind of defeats the purpose of like the weed part.
For sure.
Because it's like a lifestyle thing, you know?
Yeah. We got CBD.
Facts. That's a good idea.
CBD
Maybe
gummies.
We got CBD flower,
Okay.
you know, like where they just smoke like a joint and it's just CBD and they don't get high.
Okay. That
Like
could be interesting.
CBD vapes, CBD edibles. They have all that stuff.
Yeah,
So maybe they can participate without getting high.
for sure.
And I feel like maybe that's a good way to be inclusive, you know? Letting them know, like, hey, it's okay if you don't want to smoke. Like, my boy here doesn't smoke, you know? But we got this flower that's not even going to get you high, you know? We got this edibles that not even going to get you high. It's just CBD. Basically the gas station shit. That's a good idea. I also feel like having activities is going to be hard for us. Because I'm not really like an activity planner. I don't know, like, what are some activities that we could do?
Pin the leaf on the bud.
Pin the leaf on the bud.
I don't know, dude. Like, yeah, like activities for parties is a little harder.
I mean, I got one.
What's that?
We could have like a joint rolling contest.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because I know how to roll joints by hand. So, like, I could teach them, like, you know, I could teach them. And then it's like an art class, you know, you teach
Yeah,
them and then they follow.
That'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be really cool.
And then they all make their own joint, and then we all smoke it, you know,
Yeah,
in
that'd
like
be
a circle
sick.
or whatever, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
That would be really cool.
Edibles, I can show people how to make homemade edibles. So maybe we could have, like, classes, like, or, like, not classes, but, like, different tours of how
Sure.
to do different things, you know? Like, let's say we get there, because also we need to plan, like, time-wise, like, how much time we want to spend at these people's houses.
True.
You know, I feel like because we could charge flat rate, you know, hey, first hour is this. Every hour after that is going to be an extra Now, obviously, the more people, the longer we're going to need to be there.
Yeah, that's
But
true.
like a group of 12, I would say like an hour and a half is like at most what you need.
Sure.
Because if you really think about it, the average joint lasts like 5-7 minutes when you're smoking, just like smoking it to yourself. You know, if there's 12 joints, you know, and
Yeah.
there's 2 big blunts that last like 20 minutes apiece, edibles, you know, those take like 30-40 minutes to kick in even. These people are going to be pretty messed up by the time we leave.
Sure.
So I feel like we really need to make sure that we cover our butts as far as like them doing something stupid after we leave, And I feel like we need to find like activities for them to do, like the joint rolling or the edible making, like so we can get ahead of that.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. What do you think, like, the first step is, like, what we should be doing?
I think our first step should be not even like a name or anything like that. Our first step should be trying to get customers.
Okay.
Because we're not going to, like with my detailing thing, my first customer was my girlfriend's cousin. But that really, like, helped me push myself, like, oh, I can actually do this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I only made $50, but in the same breath, I did my first job. And I realized, like, oh, I can do this by myself. And it is viable.
Sure.
I feel like that's something we really need to do is get ourselves out there, get the first event over with so that we can prove to ourselves mostly, hey, this is something we can do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get serious about it.
Okay. Cool.
Because when it's one thing to talk about it back and forth, when you see it in motion, your jaw's going to drop. You're going to be like, dude, I've been fucking clowning around for so long. We should have been doing this a while ago. You know, I'm going to be doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So, like I said, maybe our first step is to make advertisements that we can hand out to people down on like 16th Street, down in Denver. Another thing that I just thought of, tourists, they want to smoke weed. They want to enjoy the marijuana culture because they don't get to do that in their home state or country. We need a place for them. We need to find a spot that we could rent out or a spot that we could have already set aside to where we could bring a group of people there and smoke. Sorry, I just farted.
Oh, man.
But I feel like, yeah, we need a place for the tourists. I didn't really think about that. But that also gives me another idea. Party bus.
Okay.
We could both drive big vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like whipping the party bus wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, for sure. Are you thinking of, like, renting one or, like...
Renting one.
Okay.
Not owning one right now. Because I don't have enough money for that shit. Maybe eventually we could own one. Because I know, like, the Toast bus that drives downtown and takes you to different, like, dispensaries. Mm-hmm. People smoke on the bus. Mm-hmm. We could do the same thing, but I feel like at first we need to rent one.
Do you think renting one would allow us to let people smoke on that?
Yeah. If we clean it afterwards. And I know a guy that can clean cars.
All right, bet.
So, you know, I mean, think about it. Think about all the no smoking signs that they have in, like, a rental car.
Mm-hmm.
Someone smokes in the car. Yeah, you have to pay the $50 fee or whatever, but who cleans it? A detailer.
True.
They don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all it really takes is a little $5 bomb, a smell bomb from Walmart. That shit will smell good for a week. Any ideas that you have, just like flowing through your head or anything?
Not right now. I usually need like a moment to like think some stuff up.
Yeah. I was thinking like pamphlets, like brochure style.
Okay.
Like something we get, like something physical we could give to people. You know, with our number, name, logo, all that. Because if we give them visuals, they're more apt to call. Another big thing is like pictures, picture quality. It's really easy. We could get pictures of like smoking weed. You have to just take a picture of me smoking weed. That's it.
Yeah.
It's not hard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when we can put like clip art of people partying. You know, people will buy anything. You know, they don't care where you got that from. You know. But I feel like we need pamphlet / brochure, whatever. Business cards, like you were saying, those are $5 at Office Depot, not hard.
Mm-hmm.
We need a logo, I guess.
Okay.
But I mean, that's easy once you get like the name.
True.
What kind of names you thinking?
Weed for everybody.
Weed for everybody. What about elevated events?
I like that because it's like getting high, elevated. I like it.
Yeah, facts. Pop parties. I think that's unique. Pot parties.
Pot parties. Imagine like some like old lady like wanting to like celebrate pots like for cooking.
Yes, I'm interested in the pot party. I'm interested in specifically Betty Crocker and Rachel Ray dishes.
Oh shit!
Can you sing?
Can I sing?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Let's hear it. No, let's hear a song. What song do you know by heart?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. What about you?
I know Boulevard of Broken Dreams by heart.
That's a jam. Let's hear it.
Facts.
Let's hear it.
But you didn't hear me. You didn't sing me yours though. And then I'll sing you mine.
I don't even know though.
All right, well, I'm gonna have to pick a song for you then.
All right, go for it.
And I want you to give it your best.
All right, I'll give it my best.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
I don't really know that song that well.
What do you know? What general song do you know?
I don't even know. It has to be on for me to be like, all right, cool. I know this song.
You don't know any song by heart?
I do. I can't think of a song. You'd throw me on spot.
What about like any old school song? You know, like the Black Eyed Peas. No Drake.
Dude, I don't even know because like I'm just so on the spot. Let me think.
I was hoping you kind of break out, just like start singing. You know, I feel like I wanted to ask you that question, and you start. You used to call me on my cell phone late night when I need your love. I was hoping for that, dog. I was really hoping.
But I'm not a musician, not a singer. I'm not good at it, so I'm
Okay.
not on the spot like that.
I don't feel like I'm a musician. But I like singing sometimes. You know, maybe I'm not good.
Oh, I
at
love
it.
singing. I'm just not good at it.
Yeah. Oh. So someone held a gun to your head and said, either sing me a song or
Die.
I guess you die. Yeah, wow. What are the 3 things that you hate?
Wait, what?
3 things that you hate.
3 things I hate are old people,
Old people?
doing the dishes.
Dishes are ass.
Yeah, dude, I fucking hate doing the dishes.
We need a plate breaking sound.
Yeah, facts. We can load this whole bitch up with some
Facts.
cold weather.
Cold weather? Yeah, bro, I hate cold weather. I've been thinking about moving, to be honest, because I cannot deal with this weather. The wind right now, awful.
I agree.
Like it's March or it's April.
Like this isn't Chicago. We're not the Windy
Facts.
City.
This is not Chicago. Hey, my name is Tony. I got the rigatoni on my pizza. What the fuck you talking about? No, but
What do you think?
3 things I hate. Waiting. I hate waiting. I hate working for people knowing that they make more money than me and I do more work. So that's why I don't like jobs. And I fucking hate cheese.
Cheese.
Hate it. If that was the number one thing, someone held a gun to my head and said, "What do you hate most?" Cheese.
What if they're like, all right, now eat this cheese?
I'd slap them. I'll eat a pizza. So I guess if it's a pizza, they're in luck. Because I'll fucking smash a pizza. But I'm not eating cheese.
Would you take the cheese off the pizza, or do you not mind the cheese on pizza?
I don't mind the cheese on the pizza, but I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll definitely have a cheeseless pizza.
So, like, if you do like cheese, it has to be like crispy or something, or is it just because it's the pizza?
I think it's just because it's the pizza.
Oh, okay.
It's just what comes on the pizza. It's
Yeah.
it's like going on a date with a girl. Sex is expected.
Sure.
You know, it's like it's just like a pizza. Pizza is just like a first date. Sex and cheese are expected. And that god awful smell afterwards. Side note, have you ever fucked a chick and the smell just makes you soft?
Yeah, a few times.
A few times? Yeah. A few times.
But then I went back for more.
Oh, dude, that's a classic guy move right there. I've had my friend Ray. He'll be like, "Oh, I fucked this fat, ugly bitch," Da 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 da. I'm hitting a rack up tonight. I'm like, bro, you're wasting money on all these freaking water buffaloes.
Oh man.
If you could give your cat another name, what would it be? Leo.
Leo the cat?
Yeah. I feel like his name would be Creamsicle.
Creamsicle. He does look like a creamsicle, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know we had a lot of fun talking today about future endeavors. A lot of talk about businesses, what we're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
All I know, at the end of the day, I'm excited to get this ball moving. I really am. Because, like I said, one of the 3 things I hate, working for people that make more money than me when I do more work.
Mm-hmm.
And if we own it, we make the top dollar every single time. Because we're the owners. There's no one beneath us. We don't have employees.
True.
And that's, I think, what I'm going to love the most. So, yeah, we had a great show today. Discussed some good things, future endeavors. All I know at the end of the day is I'm excited. We got this on film. Got 3 cameras working right now. I got one right here, one right here,
I actually turned
one
those
right
2
there.
off.
Actually, he turned these 2 off, so you can't even see those angles. But I got one right here. This one's on me. This one's the coolest one. This one kind of looks like the English guard with the big fuzzy hat. That's what it kind of reminds me of. So don't get too close to it. It might tell you to back off. But anyway, it doesn't matter where you're listening from. It doesn't matter when you're listening. We just want you to listen and watch. You can catch us on Anchor, on Spotify, pretty much anywhere you can find your local podcasts. I am your local podcast host, Alex.
And I'm Daniel.
This has been Cigarette Break. Good night, good afternoon, good evening, goodbye, blueberry waffles, strawberry pancakes, earthquakes in Hawaii, and don't forget to kiss your mother at night.